My name's Roger Boyle. I'm the Regional Manager for ICL for Victoria, Tasmania and South Australia, and I'm here today to launch Spring Blooming 2023. The dedication that they've given to, not just through COVID but post-COVID as well, of actually keeping the public informed about gardening, the health of gardening, the joys of gardening, and making sure that we all benefit from the beauty of our gardens and the beauty of nature. Spring Blooming 2023 is following a similar vein to previous years, where we're encouraging businesses to stop, take a moment, have a morning tea or a lunch, put on a lunch for their staff, and you might include some of your major customers with that as well, but generally we're saying it's for your staff to stop and basically reflect on the work that's gone on in the past 12 months. We've all been working very hard to keep stock rolling, either through production or through retail, and it's basically a thank you to your staff and your suppliers and the industry as a whole for persistence in trying times. ICL partnered with Beyond Blue and the industry because we saw the benefit of acknowledging our staff and thanking our staff and thanking our customers for persisting through very trying conditions. The industry itself has always been a nurturing industry, and we will continue to be that way. And our reason for being involved in Beyond Blue is to basically give back to the industry and say, yep, we're all hurting, we have hurt, but there's better times ahead, and let's make sure that we're ready for those better times by looking after each other, asking the question, are you okay? It's obviously a phrase that's used a lot for mental health. Well, we're the same. We ask you to ask your staff, are you okay? Ask your customers, are you okay? And that way we can all look after each other through trying times. Spring Blooming 2023. We are hopeful that your staff will feel engaged with the business more. Your staff will understand your philosophy of giving back and embrace that philosophy themselves as well. If they invite their friends along, it's up to you how many people you can actually cope with on the day, but maybe you do want to include your better customers and have a separate function. It's hard to actually put that together as a normal trading day, but maybe as a special event after hours. Just invite your top 20 customers, your top 50 customers. But involvement and getting both your staff, but also hopefully some of your top customers to understand your philosophy on business and giving back, because Spring Blooming is all about giving back. It could be from a supplier, it could be from a business owner in this case, or it could be some of your better customers even thinking, well, I'm a successful businessman, I can give back and I'll donate $100 or whatever. So realistically, it's embracing the philosophy, but it's also the talk and making sure that you talk to each other. As I said, there's a lot of people have been hurting over the last 3 or 4 years emotionally. The best way is to start a conversation and get talking. So whether that's a one-on-one, whether that's a group discussion, that's up to you guys. But keep the conversation going and make sure that everyone's involved. Research shows that involvement in gardening and being tactile and working with plants is so beneficial to mental health and well-being that it should be encouraged all the time. We find that watching something grow, nurturing something, it's just like having a child, isn't it? But you've got a child that's growing in the garden rather than than in your house. And certainly having that connection with the garden is so beneficial to mental health and just general well-being. Why wouldn't you be doing it? So, if you're working in the nursery and garden industry, you know, you might be working in propagation at one of the massive propagation nurseries, and you feel like you're so distant from the reality of, you know, selling plants to the public. But the reality is, no, you're not. You're an integral part of the link. Same as if you're a potting mix supplier or a pot supplier, or a supplier of stakes. You know, all of those components make up plants, which are just so beneficial to the public well-being. You know, and then seeing them being nurtured in the garden and growing. How can you not be sort of I don't know, motivated to keep going? And so hopefully we've all had a really nice gathering today in your nursery. We've had a nice morning tea or a lunch or something, something that's appealed to your staff and to, you know, hopefully some of your customers, and maybe you've had some suppliers along, and you've all benefited from chatting to each other about your own struggles over the last 3 years, or experiences over the last 3 years. But I think the best thing to do is share those experiences, not keep them to yourself.